The Financial Huddle does not provide tax, legal, financial, or other professional advice. Listeners are encouraged to consult with their own advisors in these areas.
All right, everybody, huddle up. Play calls in. This is the Financial Huddle. Ready?
Welcome back, Huddler Nation, to our next episode of the Financial Huddle podcast. As usual, I'm joined by my partners in crime, Mr. Ryan Fleming.
Everybody, hello.
And Mr. Brian Benier.
Howdy, howdy.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes. Well, I just have each of us take a deep breath because we are about to move head forward straight on into the holiday season here.
Oh boy.
To what I say is probably the busiest day of the year, at least for retailers, Black Friday.
Oh boy. Here we go.
And that is the
Madness.
the official kickoff of I'd call it more the Christmas holiday season, although, holiday season tends to be, we forget about Halloween and Thanksgiving nowadays. I mean, I'm seeing Christmas ads at the beginning of October. So I think the holiday season is officially Christmas. And, we talk about Black Friday and, everybody has, I want to say memories or, maybe family traditions. And some of them are older, some of them are newer. But it seems like everything's gotten moved up nowadays. Like I said, it's not, hey, let's have the Halloween holiday. Let's take some time. Let's then
You
move
mean
into
like
Thanksgiving.
the beginning of Christmas songs? Is that November 1st? Is it before Thanksgiving? What is it?
Well, yeah. There's a certain radio station here in town that I believe, I don't know if it's the beginning of November or right around Thanksgiving, that literally starts playing 24/7 through the Christmas holiday. All they do is play Christmas songs 24/7. So we actually even got our lights put up here. We got a discount if we had the lights put up before Halloween. Our Christmas lights on the house are already up.
Oh my goodness! Come on.
But we all have Black Friday stories. So why don't you guys throw in your 2 cents on what Black Friday happens in your household?
I mean, well, early on, we didn't have any money to go to Black Friday shopping, but one of the things that I remember is that we would go over to my wife's in-laws every single year for Thanksgiving, and invariably after we'd all stuff our face with turkey and stuffing and pie and everything, the women would shuffle off to the corner of the room at a big round table, and out pop the ads. And the guys just looked at each other and said, well, I think we got a couple hours to ourselves, because they dove through those ads like animals, cutting out everything, planning out their next day. And that's what I remember. It just allowed me to go lay on the couch and watch some more football.
There you go.
Do you partake in Black Friday?
Well, I do not partake in Black Friday. I've
never done it. I've never done it.
Well, what's also come about is, internet shopping. So you get the Cyber Monday, Black Friday deals. You don't even have to leave your home anymore. But my sister-in-law, our whole family gets together at either our house or my brother's and sister-in-law's homes, on Thanksgiving. And several years ago, she literally started going out. She would go out at about 11 p.m., closer to midnight, because there were stores
opening,
like Walmart, not
Kohl's.
a lot of the retail, but the big chain retailers were literally opening up, and they had these, 36-inch TVs, that were $100 off, and like people would, get in line of 50 people grabbing, trying to get $100 off on a TV,
Yeah.
I said, hey, you want to go? Go ahead. I said, I got that tryptophan from my turkey, and I'm just laying there about ready to take a nap.
That's right.
What about you, B?
Here's my Black Friday tradition. Ryan, what is the Monday after Thanksgiving known for?
Cyber Monday.
Well, there's something else that it's known for.
Tell me.
It's the first day of gun season for deer.
Oh, you're going down that road.
So,
okay, yeah.
Friday, my Black Friday is to go in and sight in my gun so that I'm ready for Monday. So
Look at you,
my
man.
son,
Daniel Boone.
when my son's home from college,
Love it.
him and I go to the range, and that's what we do on Black Friday.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
I love that.
With shopping madness, I kind of call the whole Black Friday season, it's the greatest marketing and advertising campaign that was ever created, I think, by retailers.
Sure.
But Ryan, I think
You know what time it is. Let's hear it.
It's that time.
It's that time, ladies and gentlemen. So, we always like to put a little stat and analytical data in front of our listeners. So I was tasked with that this week. week. I mean, this is insane. Obviously, Ed, you're right. I mean, this is a massive, massive consumer event in our culture. Just consumer behavior just is super erratic. But let's listen to some of this stuff. So last year, just online sales alone in the U.S. on Black Friday reached almost $11 billion. That was up over 10% from 2023. Who knows what it's going to be this year? We're going to find out. I have a feeling it might be up. There's something that they call the Cyber 5. The Cyber 5. You guys know what that is? The Cyber 5 is the period from Thanksgiving all the way through Cyber Monday. They call that the Cyber 5. Just alone on online spending in the United States during that cycle there, $30.2 billion.
Compared to what was in store, you said 11?
Yeah, this is just online.
That's online, so that is almost triple.
These numbers I just gave you, the almost 11 billion and the 30 billion. Those were just online sales.
Oh, even the 11 billion was online.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Only. Wow. And 79% of all consumer shopping was done from mobile devices. I mean, that's incredible. So another stat that I thought was interesting for our listeners to understand is that the average, what do you guys think? The average U.S. consumer is expected to spend how much on Black Friday? What would you guess?
How much on Black Friday?
Yeah.
God, $2,500?
I was going to say a couple grand.
$650.
Only $650?
$650, right.
I'm a little shocked.
Yeah,
right.
That was a survey by Deloitte, the accounting firm Deloitte. So, end of the day, people are going to spend on average $650, maybe $1,000 or more, like in just a blip of an eye, and that's not even including the in-store purchases. I thought the online purchase metrics were just insane. In-store purchases, those the block stores are a little bit less.
Yeah.
But that makes sense in our culture with the phone and Amazon and things like that. So massive event, massive consumer event. And that obviously controls a lot of people's finances and carry over debt and all this good stuff that we can talk about. So, hey, they're out there finding deals, I guess.
It's interesting if people are really getting the deals that they think they are. I mean, that's why they do it, because they're looking for a deal.
Yeah.
I wonder if they actually get the deal.
Well, I wonder if
there's a whole mental aspect
Right.
to it where you think, well, it's Black Friday. I have to be getting a deal, right?
Or are you shopping because you need it? Right?
Yeah.
Are you really getting a deal, or do you need it? It's just. Man.
I think it's more of a want-based shopping as
It's an
opposed to
adrenaline.
need.
It's an adrenaline rush.
Well, I think that dovetails nicely into what we're going to talk about today. When you think about financial planning, there's obviously an emotional and psychological component to that. And so it got us wondering, speaking of Black Friday, are there deals to be had in the financial services field? So think about that.
Yeah.
People tend to buy when they think they're getting a deal.
Yep.
If they don't think they're getting a good deal, a lot of times people will hesitate. So how does that translate into what we do? Are there deals to be had? What do you guys think about that?
Well, the first thing I'll jump in with is I think one of the biggest deals, whether people know it or not, is identifying as many tax advantage strategies as possible. A lot of experts, a lot of evidence is pointing to that taxes are on the sale of a lifetime. If you look at the income tax brackets as they stand today, we are at or near historic lows. And, when you look at the statistics of the unfunded obligations of Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, the interest on the rising national debt, it's just an unsustainable trajectory that's going to be facing us for many years to come here. So the chances of taxes going up in the future are relatively high. So one of the biggest deals, I think, is identifying as many tax advantage or tax-free planning strategies as possible. So, for example, Roth IRAs, Roth 401ks, or Roth 403bs, those allow you to put money in after tax at a point in time in history where taxes are at or near historical lows, and then never pay tax ever again. In other words, you're kind of getting off the radar from the IRS. Things like
the deal in that regards would be we pay the taxes now because they're going to be more later. So
The deal is you pay tax now, so you avoid the higher one.
Yeah.
Overall, less taxes.
Yeah, pay taxes on the seed, not the harvest.
It's a good way to put it.
Take advantage of the current tax environment that we're in.
A lot of people,
which is really a very attractive.
Yeah, and a lot of people are going to be in a position to consider another tax advantage deal, which is Roth conversions. A lot of people don't fully understand that they could take pre-tax dollars like in a traditional IRA and pay the tax on that slowly over time and convert those dollars to forever tax-free. And the other thing that why those types of strategies are important is that by having those types of buckets, you avoid RMDs in the future. You avoid the required minimum distribution, which could be a tax bomb waiting to happen later on when you're like 73 or 75 years old. So being proactive and paying tax at a lower rate, known rate now to avoid the higher, absolutely good deal.
Don't forget, Ryan, important piece of that is the benefits when you file for Social Security, taking Roth IRAs versus IRAs.
100%.
As far as the implications of the taxes on your Social Security benefit.
On provisional income.
Not reportable
It's
income.
huge.
It's not provisional income. Things like health savings accounts. That's kind of a triple tax benefit. You can put the money in and get a deduction. You can invest it if you wanted to, and you can defer the growth. Defer the tax on the growth on that, and then you can use that for qualified medical expenses. So that's kind of a popular one. Certain types of cash value life insurance policies. We sometimes we call those LIRPs, life insurance retirement plans. Now they're all different. They have to be structured correctly, but that gets treated different than pretty much any other thing underneath the IRS tax code, and that could be a way for you to mitigate tax or not have to pay rising taxes in the future. And the last one that I would say, as far as like a deal that's out there, is not a lot of people understand is that kind of the golden sombrero as far as deals is being able to put money in pre-tax, like into a pre-tax 401k or pre-tax 403b. So if I put $10,000 into my 401k pre-tax, I get the deduction. I allow that money to sit there and bake in the oven, and I don't have to pay any tax on the growth. So I defer the tax on the growth. And then later on down the road, when I pull the money out, whether it be at RMD age or just when I want to after 59 and a half, I can have a lot of that money offset by the standard deduction. And that is the triple sombrero. That's a triple tax benefit that's it. That's the golden sombrero. You can't get better than that.
The triple sombrero, there's a Flemism for you.
Yeah, the triple sombrero.
Never heard that one. I like it.
That's actually bad in baseball. That means you whiffed and struck out three times in a row.
All right.
But in financial planning, that's three good things right there.
Yeah.
Those are great deals from tax advantage standpoints.
And that is all planning, knowing how to take your distributions. That's money that'll never be taxed.
For sure.
If you do it that way.
Get off the tracks. Get off the radar.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, another thing that a lot of people don't really pay attention to, or especially the younger people, hopefully in our audience, we talk about starting to save money as early as possible. That makes it much easier than waiting till you're in your 40s and 50s. And if you're lucky enough to have a company that has some type of defined benefit, defined contribution plan, 401k, 403b, often these companies match. So it's kind of like this time of the year, November is open enrollment. So let's say you've been working for a company for a while and you were just like, I need my money. I got bills to pay, everything else. But this is the time of year, coinciding with this whole Black Friday. Well, the deal is, hey, you can sign up for your 401k, 403b at this time of the year. And it's like buy one, get one, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, the buy one is you contributing. The get one is the company match. So something we always talk about, and you guys do the same thing, is, hey, if we're looking at that and we go through, a financial questionnaire and, we're seeing, okay, what company you work for? Do they offer a 401k? Yeah, but I'm not doing it. Okay. Do they offer a match? Yes. Well, we strongly encourage our clients at least contribute up to that match.
You could argue that's the best deal of all, right? Because it's free. And it's a 100% rate of return on your money.
Yeah.
That's the best deal ever.
Yeah. And it goes, typically that money falls into, I know we talk a lot about, on our podcast, the whole bucket planning. That's more of a longer term bucket. So, that's not something that, hey, I need that money right now. You may need it right now, but if you just put a little bit away, you then get that power of continuous compounding, or the compounding and growth over a long period of time, which can really help.
You got to contribute at least up to that's a gift.
Yep.
You got to do it.
It's free money. How do you turn it down?
Yep.
Like you said, it's 100% investment.
But a lot of people don't.
They don't.
Especially in the younger generations that are just starting jobs, or even 20s, 30s. Often, life catches up with them. They're, all their money's going towards a house or starting a family, that type of thing. But it's very important to.
Yeah.
And I get it. There's only so much money to go
Yep.
around, and sometimes you don't have it. But man, if you can take advantage of that match,
At least up to the match.
Anything, anything's
You're
better
right.
than nothing.
Right. Up to the match. Another one that I was thinking about is when we have a market downturn at some point. I think it's inevitable. We kind of had one in 2022. The market bounced back pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But a lot of times when you think about the psychology of financial planning, people get very scared when the market goes down. They want to freeze. They want to move everything to cash, and that is the time to buy. That's the time to start investing. I think, Ryan, you said that is the Black Friday of investing, because when do you want to buy? When things are low, right? And that is the opportunity when you can buy it low. You have the discipline to keep those investments, and then over time as it grows, that's when you're going to start making your rate of return.
Yeah.
So I think that is key. Is when the market is low, that is the opportunity to invest as much as you can.
Yeah, and I've used this comment before. When we're looking at planning, investing, and savings, for most people, it's not a sprint. It's a marathon. So when you talked about buying low, that gets into the whole concept of dollar cost averaging.
That's right.
And we've spoken before on previous podcasts where if you get your money out of the market into cash and you miss the highest positive day within the recovery, the upswing, or the 2-3 highest, you're literally the percentages are astounding.
Your overall rate of return is going to be a lot less.
Oh, yeah.
You're missing out on a lot of growth opportunity.
Yeah, you were
by just
talking
those
30-40% plus.
That's right.
Yeah.
With that. So
Yeah. When people are panicking, things are on
Yeah.
sale, that's when you act.
Yep.
That's the Black Friday deal.
That's
right?
the Black
you go.
Friday deal of a
Black
lifetime,
Friday.
buddy.
That's
yeah.
right.
So I think in summation, what we're really trying to do here is, Black Friday in our minds is kind of tied to consumer spending. We need to go out and buy goods and services. It's the holidays coming up. But it's also, when we look at this, this is a time not necessarily to spend, but also to save. Look at what you're doing, and there are things that are on sale or you're able to take advantage of within your financial
smart
planning
ways to do it to
side.
optimize.
Yep.
And
Yep.
that's what we want to help you
Yeah,
with.
tax advantages, employer matches, buying, buying when the market's low.
All comes down to don't leave money on the table or upside opportunities, on the table.
Facts.
That's right.
So,
Facts.
well, huddlers, we appreciate you spending the time. As always, we would love for you to share this with friends, family,
Yeah, subscribe.
coworkers.
Yeah, don't
Subscribe
forget
to
to
the
subscribe.
channel. Once again, we just continue to try to, promote that financial literacy, and really, tackling some topics or events. As I said, we're in the holiday season, so we thought we'd take a little bit of different spin on something that we all know a lot about.
Drop us a comment, give us some advice, some topics you'd like to hear, but definitely subscribe, follow us. We'd appreciate that a lot.
Hit that notification bell.
Until next time.
Yep. Take care, huddlers.